On today's Toy Spot, we're going to be having a look at the NECA Real Toys Hellraiser Series 1. We're going to be looking at the DJ from Hell, known as CD. Generally, I would always say, you know, that guy, the guy from, was it part 3? The guy with the CDs. And it was so funny that his name actually was CD. I don't think he actually was given a name in the movie, but they just called him CD. CD. Up at the top, we've got a picture of CD. Why the long face? Because he's got a long, oh, never mind. You can collect all 6 figures from this series, Series 1, and build your very own puzzle box. If you never had a chance to get a puzzle box before, why not get these figures? Not only do you get these figures, but you also get yourself a puzzle box. It's win-win. Win-win. On the back, other figures you can get in the wave down below. I believe that's Stitch, CD, we got the Chatter Beast, we got Pinhead, Chatterer, and I believe the Twins. And the read-up says, the Boiler Room's resident DJ, Blake Regan, found himself unwittingly recruited into Hell's dark army in the form of a pseudo-Cenobite, a disturbing collage of flesh and technology, as one of Pinhead's handmade soldiers to join the battle in the war for Hell on Earth. You remember near the end of the movie when CD becomes a Cenobite, he's whipping his discs at people. I didn't realize discs were so razor sharp, but apparently CDs from Hell are. It's horrible. You wouldn't want to be in Hell. All the CDs are like in sync. O-Town. I believe there is some country in there as well. Oh, Spot, really? You gonna rip on country? Gonna rip on country. So that's packaging on CD. What we're going to do is we're going to get this opened up. We will have a look at yet another piece of the puzzle box, and of course we're going to be looking at CD. There's more on the way, guys. Don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. And what you get with CD is you get yourself a piece of the puzzle box. Once again, a similar piece to the piece we've already received. Or actually, you know what? No, this is the very first one of these pieces. We are now down to, what are we looking at? 4? Spot's losing track of how many figures. This is apparently the 4th. We've now got 2 left. 2 more pieces before we can build something similar to this. And I'm going to try maybe to eventually put these together. Maybe I'll try to do it on camera. I don't know how successful I'll be, but it can't be all that hard. Put that aside. Some of the accessories that come with CD. We've got ourselves a hook of sorts, a bladed hook, I guess. He wants to cut some bread. What else we got? We got ourselves, looks like a comb. It's not really a comb, but it looks like a smaller blade. We got ourselves, oh hey look, big surprise. We got ourselves another blade, like a hacksaw. All of which are bloody. Nobody cleans these weapons, these tools. It's Hell. I mean, you know, who's going to be cleaning these tools in Hell? I know I wouldn't be. And finally, we've got ourselves what looks to be a set of pliers. CD, also living up to his name, does come with 2 CDs. Zoom the camera in because it is so small. Now, I looked into this because I wasn't sure which CDs these were. Apparently, this is Cher's Farewell Tour, and this is the best of Barbra Streisand. So you see, only the most fiendish of CDs can be found in Hell. You wouldn't even want to listen to these. You would just hang yourself listening to these on their own. You wouldn't even need this. You would just have to listen to these. Oh, Spot, picking on Cher. All of Cher fans out there, I'm terribly sorry. Now you can actually take this CD and you can wedge it in his finger, or in his hand. Not well, mind you. but you can have him holding a CD. CD is always a fun word to say, CD. And guaranteed, you know what this also represents? These also represent something that's going to get lost right away. In fact, probably after I shoot this review, these are going to get totally lost. So I'm going to put them in a little baggie when I'm finished. Keep them safe. Even if it's share. Let's have a look at CD. Let's move the camera in. Give him a good look spot so they can show him what it looks like. A very poor fellow. Look at this guy. Oh, he's seen better days. After looking at this guy and seeing these CDs all stuck in his face, you'd think to yourself, geez, you know, it's a shame he wasn't a marshmallow salesman. I mean, how bad could that really be? Marshmallows stuck in the face? I can live with that. I get hungry, I would just pick off pieces of my face and just eat it. Spot, where are you going? But a very cool looking design on CD. Very neat. He's got all his hair. He's kind of got these somewhat mohawk kind of made out of CDs. Very cool. Similar Cenobite costume to all the other Cenobites. A slightly tweaked costume. Very similar in design. We've got chains all over his body. We've got chains all over his belt. We've got this as well. And I assumed it was just a piece of the twist tie that was in the figure, but it's not. I really don't know what it's for. I thought maybe you could put the CDs on it. If anybody knows, do let me know down below. He does suffer, unfortunately, from the idea that he's pre-posed. As you can see, one leg is very straight, one leg is bent. His arms are kind of already extended out. But it does make for an awkward standing figure. He's always kind of in that weird stance. Now, I mean, again, for a display, it may not be too bad. Certainly the Chatterer was bent as well. You kind of have him leaning forward, looking as if he's going to throw his CD, which also then brings me to pointing out the fact that one of the only few figures that actually has waist articulation from this line. Spot, what other articulation does CD have? Well, here, let me break it down for you. CD has a swivel in the head, no ball joint. He does also have swiveled arms. He has a swivel in the forearm. It looks like he has a mild swivel in his hand, but there is resistance. And when I've grown to learn that if there is ever resistance, stay away. Don't force it. Trouble will happen. As mentioned, he already has the waist articulation, the waist swivel. He has a swivel in the leg, but again, because he's got a bent leg, it kind of makes for a weird stance on the figure. You could probably have him a little more like this than have him out like this. But bend him too much and it will look like he has to go to the bathroom. That probably will be a suitable stance to have him in. He's got a bend at the knee. He also has a bend at the foot, and something else that this figure has that the other Cenobites don't seem to have. He has a swivel in the ankle. Actually, what I'll do is I'll bring in the Chatterer for a second, because I say that and somebody's probably going to say, hey, wait a minute. Doesn't the Chatterer has a swivel in the leg, in the foot? And the answer is no. He only just has the bend. But very cool to have both these guys on display. A very cool set, really, overall. I mean, I'm so far been very pleased with this set. Finally happy to get these opened up. Finally happy to get these reviewed for you guys. I like CD quite a bit. The accessories certainly would be an issue, losing them. But certainly a nice addition to your existing Hellraiser collection. CD, I'm going to give him a 6.5. A 6.5 for CD. Very nice figure. Today's Toy Spot, we were having a look at the NECA Real Toys Hellraiser Series 1. We had ourselves another piece of the puzzle, as it were. And of course we were looking at CD. A great figure. Don't miss picking up this wave if you already haven't picked up this wave. And stay tuned, there are certainly more NECA reviews on the way. We still got a couple more figures to go through, guys. So stay tuned for that, and I will see you guys next time.